the super part of the old body. I'm saying, okay, we cannot do it like this because something that making excuses all over the place, and you come up with a committee to fool Nigerians. This is just a joke. It is a mad joke. I hope some people are just having a laugh and say, okay, we are kidding, we are pranking people to see what the reaction will be. And I think for me, if this could be the response to the Super Falcons missing out of the World Cup, this administration is actually shambles. I don't think anybody should have any sort of respect for it. Let's just get it over with. Hopefully, I don't know. They say there's an injunction on the election for next month.
They should make it official, please.
Let's get an interim.
I don't want to deal with any rumors.
This is terrible.
I don't want to deal with any rumors.
Beyond terrible.
This is
FATCA finding commission for what?
Let's be honest. It can even get worse than this. All this also with the talk say we think this is the least.
If this is your immediate reaction to something like this, and then you coming out to say I don't know, whatever respect I had of the administrator before or the administrations, it's gone out of the window. This is beyond terrible.
No. Okay, so we're talking about all of these things, and questions have been raised about, what do we do about this? How do we get out of this place? How do we address things like this? Well, here you go. And yes, a fact-finding committee is what has been put in place. And yes, everyone has been talking about it. And let's see where this goes. But yes, the fact-finding committee is what we're asking questions about. Is this fact-finding committee really the solution to Nigeria's football crisis? Or it's just the same old patterns? Yes. 090-44,089, 090-40-1089. Yes, numbers to call to be a part of the show this afternoon. Also on Brila Media TV. Yes, Brila Media TV on YouTube. You can follow. Yes, you can follow the action. And, of course, join the conversation as it continues right here. Also on WhatsApp, you can send us a message on 090-44,089 on WhatsApp. And let's share your thoughts. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay, this is Henry from Jago.
Henry, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I love the way your colleague is speaking his heart out. Because this is the way we've been keeping quiet for too long. I remember Fani Amu, they decided to put in that committee. When Fani Amu decided to put together the other 17 teams, it took him how long to assemble these players, even to scout for them one after the other. But before these people will bring in a coach, it's going to be like 2-3 weeks before a competition. And this NFF is the worst NFF I've ever seen in my entire life. From Amaju Pinnick down to this very one. They threw our football to where it is today. Go.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that one. And yes, these are the issues. Matters arising. Everyone is still looking for ways we can address some of these things and talk about it and see where it is going. But yes, that's why we're having this conversation today on a Football Live. Yes, again, when a set of people do not want to take responsibility for what has gone wrong, the best way to handle it in this part of the world is to set up a committee. Because it is funny about setting up a fact-finding committee. For this is the implication. Yes, for this is the implication that I think they really believe in their heart of hearts that they did everything possible with respect to preparing and equipping the national teams to success or to succeed. And somehow that didn't happen. So let's dig into the facts because we made everything available and somebody somewhere sabotaged it. We want to know who the person is. Yes.
Do you know how crazy it is? I saw this on, I belong to a group where we have a lot of journalists. And people were saying, somebody with full chest, hairs in the chest, full-grown adults, say some people in the NFF as they are just intentionally sabotaging the president on issues like this.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good.
Yeah, good afternoon, guys.
Yes, welcome.
I'm Joseph and Victor. How are you guys doing?
I'm fine. We're fine, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Kendi.
Kendi, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, on your topic today, the best way to get things not done in Nigeria is just to set up a committee. So it's the usual thing. So for them to think that this committee is what they can use to bamboozle people, and that's going to now change the situation of our football in this country. For me, it's a big joke. So the problem itself is from the roots. And the root is that we must make sure that we fine-tune the system that brings people to that NFF office. If that system is not free of corruption, and then it's not free of shenanigans they do to find their way into office, we keep on producing a result like this. So we must make sure that we have a system whereby the qualified people are the ones that are in charge of our football. That's the only way out. Because that's the reason why you see these people believe they don't owe anybody anything. They believe they can always find their way back to the office. So, and again, we don't reward this country. As long as we are rewarding effort, this current NFF should not even be talking about coming back to the office. But now, you still hear some people, they still back them to the office, even despite all this glaring failure. So for me, all this committee is just nothing but just a joke. Thank you.
Okay, yes, it's a charade. It's a joke. Huh? And nothing is going to come out of it. Of course, same old patterns, same old same, or we're just getting serious now. Hello.
Hello. President, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Joseph, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Fernandez from Milan.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
When I heard the news that our NFF, they were setting up committees to investigate, I was like, investigate what? What are you investigating? You guys are failure and you're investigating your failure. That someone sabotage you guys. How? You guys are the beginning and the end of that failure in that White House. And you're looking for who to investigate. That is another way to just waste money, because I don't know what they are investigating here. Instead of them to take up the responsibility of not making us proud. Look at how we are debating our girls anyhow. And you guys are here. You guys are here setting up all these things. I'm not. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that one. Again, that's why we're having this conversation. First things first, because committee, what did the committee want to do now? Now today be committee. We never get committees before. We don't write plenty things. We don't even look the recommendations. They don't look them. They don't look them. And we always do all these things. They tell ourselves, say, we cannot. Anytime you ask, say, why can't teams camp for much longer? Why can't this happen? Why can't this happen? The first thing they go tell you that there's no money. There's no money. There's no money. But you go to see say that they appoint the coach even 2 months to the time. Shena money also cost that one. Okay, they want to save funds. Because as we speak now, the moment you go for a competition and you come back, whether you did well or not, you don't have a job. You're only engaged for the period the competition is closed. And the same patterns we're seeing now, we're probably going to see it again with the women's under 20 team, the Falcons, is the fact that they will camp them for Abuja now. After 3 weeks, who feel it is enough. They're not going to play other countries to sharpen them up, whether Europeans or African countries, as part of the training, so that we go see as they go. In fact, even Ghana, who recently published a list of countries that they will play against as part of their tune-up matches, their tune-up program for the Women's World Cup at the under-20 level. The players have also come out to say, you are listing all these matches now. You have not even paid us. And you are telling us about listing. It's not going to work.
At least they still play match.
They organize for them.
We they owe, and we still know they organize. It's just the bottom barrel, the scrapier bottom barrel. Now what will they do? You know, even pay. At one point there was call for they go protest. They were murmurings here and there before somebody they've done their bits. And then we are still not organizing.
It's a shame. See, for this country, we don't ever win AFCON before the players hold the cup, say they're not going to release them. Say until then give them their money. These things are not new. It's just that we find a way to defy the previous records we've set and try to go for something worse, something more derogatory.
We will discover what's really happening in the earth crust, how deep we've been crossing our boundaries and dipping further into the earth. I mean, all the noise we make for 2023, FIFA had to step in and say we are paying these ladies directly. Where all of the noise? Where are they now? I beg you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Mr. President.
Good afternoon to you.
Mr. President, I greet you well.
Welcome.
I greet you and I also greet your dear brother, Joseph Obishes. This is a wonderful afternoon.
Welcome.
Yes, this is the voice of Big Fish on your line this wonderful afternoon. Mr. President, I don't listen to you guys. You guys are trying. Yes, it's not easy. Kudos to you guys for the wonderful job you guys are doing out there. Yes, Mr. President, asking the question concerning of this our NFF of 18. Setting a committee. Yes, of course. If you ask me, yes, I will say yes. You have to set a committee who can be able to understand the game very well. Who can be able to play the game before the game plays. Yes, of course. You know, the difference between being a manager of a company and being a owner of a company. Yes, that's the only one thing. That's the one problem we need to have in this country. Yes, someone is leaving office and bring another person as a recommendation. Yes, how sure are you that that person that you are bringing up is qualified enough? They don't care because they don't do their own part and then they are leaving. Whether they succeed or not succeed, no concern them. Like that money now that they look for. Fine. What are we going to do this point in time? See, that's what we need to stop. See, explosion kill attraction, but we need to create attraction for the right direction. You understand me? For the right direction. Once you come out and then you say you want to contest for this position, your profile must be surely show that yes, you qualified a lot. Okay, this anytime any day, this NFF that you see so. Let me tell you, decision making are their problem. Of course, you can't bring me come as a owner or a manager to come and manage somewhere for you as the owner of a company, and you are still taking decisions on my behalf. Yes. So let me tell you, 70% of these decisions that have been happening in this NFF house, this our owner, the organ of NFF, NFF president, you used to make some decision. Okay, fine, let me shock you. Last upon that you play, he said, for your own comment, he said, I don't want to be a distraction. Going into that, our last after confirmation, how do you lead the performance? As the step of them, for allow the people to do in this step properly, how do you see the performance? We go on and won a third position for that tournament. What does that tell you? Okay, fine. That shows you that they were there. Then comment alone. Don't show you say they were there making some decisions that are not going right, the right way for the coach that they need to appoint. Fine. Once one does not give them a chance, based on say you need to speak out. Pay those girls. They are allowed to play friendly matches. Then to prepare for the next game. He said it. Something that he said before leaving that position is happening right about now. So, even if we set a committee that we do not work a way for public decision making, for the court to make a own decision, you will tell us, see what he will do, see what he is supposed to do. We distract him, make him look as if he's not going to job before coming there. We are not ready. That is one more problem that you need to have because you make a decision for the person that has started the job to do. As you are then as a Mr. President, someone will come say, turn your microphone this way. The way you need to know to turn your microphone to speak a lot for people to understand you better. People best friends because they say, turn your microphone for the other side. How do you know what to satisfy with that decision? That is the problem you are need to face this country. That's all see through. They will say that is short away. NFF, anytime they get there, are a problem. They will bring back what they can do to the decision. So that the person will listen to them. So that they don't do their tone. If you don't do their tone, they will look at you as a bad person. What's wrong with every time they beg medical this Super Falcons will have. But they look at it, they make them look at it, but don't know what is free, and they leave them and go away. NFF should take their responsibility of our failure of football. If you do, I do this a wonderful afternoon.
All right. Thank you so much for that one this afternoon. Interesting take coming in as far as this one is concerned. Look, if something go wrong, you can set up committee say
to find out what you did wrong.
You understand? Like,
awareness.
I don't know how to even put it. Like, so you come out yourself for the line of fire to say, okay, let's fact-finding people go find the problem elsewhere because we do not think we are the problem. We did everything right. Look, there's even no standard for what we think is good enough. Say, for instance, the under-17 will say campaign season must be at least 3 months. Campaign season. Now, inside that 3 months, for instance, our case not even reach 3 months. But now inside the 6 weeks or whatever it is, now they go first to open camping. And maybe like 6 coaches or 5 coaches are expected to screen nearly 5,000 boys. How you want to do them? How many would you do per day? Then you come break them down to per hour. How early do you resume? How late do you close? How tired will you be? And then come back the next day and repeat same process until you're done. And then we know in Nigeria be this. So those who go to call you, they tell you, say, oh yeah, my player is going to come, oh, this one is going to happen, oh, that one is going to happen. All of these things put together. And at the end of the day, you go come to a position where you feel tell yourself, say, we have done a good job. And in most cases, we just think that all that needs to be done is for you to appoint a coach and let the coach be there. As long as the coach is there, if he does not qualify the country, it is no longer the federation's fault. This one. You want to use that same mind, take prefer solutions to all of these things. 090-44,089, 090-41,089. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Happy Joseph.
Welcome.
My name is Gozier the Chase Part.
Gozier, you're welcome.
Since yesterday I heard about this committee, I was so angry that I didn't want to call. Throughout the morning, I've never called concerning this topic. Because, like Joseph said, these people are just playing on our intelligence. They are taking everybody for a fool. See, if these people so much care about our football, the condition, the state of our football, they should resign. Both the secretary, the chairman, all of them, they need to resign, give way. They have tried their best. Like somebody said during the week, if you have given us your best and that best is not good enough, you give way for other people. Do you understand? You give way. I don't know why these people cannot allow footballers who have toiled for the country when it comes to football. Should not allow them to hold these positions. I don't understand the logic. They will tell you this, they are not qualified, they are not this, they are not that. A lot of these guys have traveled far and wide. They have been to so many countries. They have worked under some of the best administrative systems in the world. It's not about academic qualifications. Let these guys come in, use their experience, and organize this game for us. If not, nothing. Thank you.
Okay. That's another angle again that generates a lot of talk, because I do not think 100%. In fact, I don't agree that because you played the game, you'll be able to administer it. Especially in this part of the world where most of us, we played this game for passion, or most of the guys who played for passion, who played at the pro level. Let me not say us like I did. They played at the pro level for passion, and after that stage of their lives, people started advancing and the conversation changed, and for our guys, it was just for them to stay in the same place. Again, I don't think in order to solve a problem, you want to create more problems of a different kind. Yeah, I've been in places where they talk about the conversations of opening up the sporting industry, let the legislation change, let credible people vie for offices, let there be a business model that would make it fly. Again, I think that's an extended conversation that we need to have in terms of, the quality of guys and how to open up these places. But in the context of what has happened, I don't want us to even free these people away from this mess that we have recorded and start trying to say, okay, if we bring in new sets of people, it will change. First, let's hold these ones to hold these ones accountable. Because one thing I know for certain is that these people also know, in fact, these people also know that the way the system is structured, not only them feel coming.
Of course.
Not only amongst themselves, they feel pick who go represent them. So if you kick out this set of guys, and
the system is still the same.
The system is still the same thing.
The structure,
like,
yes,
you might find people who would come up and talk about a lot of things and tell you 1,000 things they would do. But while some of these things are also possible, I will go back to a statement by the former chief operating officer of the Confederation of African Football, where she was talking about this week. She appeared on TV, had a foreign interview with the foreign media, where she was talking about some of the things that, Africa has not been able to do for themselves over the years. And, it is 100% waiting for what FIFA and the government of their respective countries will give them. And because there's no imagination in terms of, okay, how do we go out there and make the private sector come in and, give them a platform to come do what they do and then give us all the necessary support as we try to raise money for all of these things that we do or that we need to do. And so you will always find African countries on the same boat where they say, oh, it is Infantino or nobody else. Because under such situations, you already know that, oh, he will give them the kind of money where they don't need to be accountable. They will guarantee him another term in office, whether he performs or not. After all, he's giving them enough money to do whatever they want to do. So all of these things would continue, and then people will talk about, oh, what we're not doing right, oh, what we failed to do, what we should have done, and then the questions will go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It just doesn't make sense anymore that we're having all of these things. And if you look at it critically, you will discover that we don't set the tone in such a way that, please don't call on the WhatsApp number. Please don't call the WhatsApp number. It's not for you to call it. It is for you to send a message and call the phone lines if you must. And let's take your thoughts on that one. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, thanks for trying. Let's, of course, take more further calls on the show this afternoon. Sports Radio. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
With you.
Yes.
And Joseph.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Welcome.
Vicky, I called you yesterday. This is Baba Jerry from Shagamu.
Okay, welcome.
If you remember yesterday, I called you and Femi concerning, it's like this similar topic. You see, there's an adage in Yoruba that say, Amukunweru ewo. They say, na down you they look, check from the head. This thing is happening in the football industry now. Everybody is painful. See how Joseph the boy. See how Joseph the boy. Likewise, I do here. This thing is happening in every part, every system of this government has collapsed. Now, who is to check who? All this complaint we are having in the football, because football is giving us joy. This is what we vote our life for. That if we are thinking, if you face football, you forget your sorrow. Now they are messing it again now. Which office in Nigeria that you see people resigning while they fail? Tell me, Vicky. They no go resign. You see them readjusting. The same people recycling themselves there. Now it they happen so now. What are they investigating? Joseph, Gabi or then they investigate their mistake. Are they not the one there? I beg, make we pray. May God just cross this country for 1 minute. That's me. Because I don't have anything thinking. If you don't want to kill yourself, if you put this Nigeria matter or whatever matter in your mind, person go die young go. I beg. Joseph. Have a nice day.
Baba Jerry.
This is Baba Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Now, she was reacting to the issues around, CAF and all the things that have happened. And she said, FIFA's investment plan has collapsed. And Africa's dependency problem has not. For many African federations, FIFA funding underpins infrastructure, competitions, national teams, and the core operations. That dependence becomes a governance risk when the institution providing the money is also the institution members are expected to scrutinize. While UEFA, CONCACAF, and AFC mobilized, CAF, representing the bloc of 54 members, did not articulate a clear position publicly. And a lot of things were said about, what CAF needs to do, what they didn't do, what they are supposed to do, how they were supposed to approach the matter. It went on and on about all of this talk. But at the end of the day, we are not seeing a system where people would say, okay, in fact, even the governance let's not even go into whether we are building infrastructure or whether we are setting up, because we cannot even say that in his 4 years in charge that coaching education has grown beyond CAF B. We're still stuck in CAF B. And now there we did. They said they go do A this year. This year now August. Maybe August we don't enter so.
Ahmed Abdulhamid, he gave a report. Was it 2 days ago? You were on with him, and he said many of the people who are in the glass house. He was at the glass house. He said, these people are when they come out. They say, okay, look at what we are trying to build. The hostel. How many years have we been on this hostel?
Okay. See,
so we don't just for anything talk about infrastructure. Or say they want to be accountable for something, just forget about it.
The first thing that struck me about this whole conversation about the hostel is the name hostel.
And then they'll make it a manifesto.
The name hostel was a turn off for me. Because in other parts of the world, they go tell you, say, na technical center or na high performance center or na this one. We just they focus on hostel. Why we not just build school more? They take and generate funds to run football. Okay. Since we are so particular about hostel. Again. It's just not looking good for us, and we're stuck in a place where. But you see this one where they say fact-finding committee, it doesn't make any sense. You can as well scrap it.
My question is this fact-finding committee. Okay, assuming it's something good and maybe it's a real thing. I don't think it is real, but let's assume it's a real thing and it comes to light that these guys found that okay, the bulk of all of these things should be normal. States or rest on the table of the federation, of the administrators themselves. This same federation where no one take accountability to anything. Now them go at that point in time come withdraw. Say, okay, now we be the problem, because if you are failing to see the problem and because you are failing to see the problem, you designate that to a separate committee.
Outsource your responsibility.
And those people can't talk. Say, now you be the problem.
What you can't do?
What you can't do? You want to set up another committee to find out how you can mitigate your own problem.
I'm not even sure those people will be bold enough to call them out.
They cannot.
Whatever they find out, we will never know.
Fani Amu seems like one of the voices critical. Maybe not particularly loud, because you can't find him talking all the time.
Yeah.
Except here, it's a very critical. He holds a really strong. When we talk about grassroots,
he's also seasoned. Yeah.
Yes,
we know
it's
that.
one of those most critical voices. You have Desire Okpara, who has been fighting the institution for years. By the way, she's now, no longer with the team. She's one. I mean, past few days I've seen a lot from her since she retired than any other time. Even before our problem with the federation started. Now those are the people, you want to plant to. I mean, this is a really critical moment for.
I hope it's also not a ploy to silence the dissenting voices.
That is what it feels to me. We go get one interview. If it happen, we get interview with, some of these other critical voices. For example, although they try to silence them.
Shouts to my baba, Dr. Alex Mana. He also made the list.
Oh, yes.
I'm not even sure. I'm like,
yes, now.
You too?
I will be disappointed, however, if it want to follow anybody, one of them talk again, and it can't be like say they don't change way, because I don't follow some people talk. Maybe say it can't be like say they want to change voice, and it disappoints me a lot. But at the end of the day, now their view, and you can't argue with that. But the truth is, again, if this is all in a plot, this is a really critical time as far as the NFF is concerned concerning leadership. When these loud voices will create a whole lot of the dominoes effect. If this one talk this one, you go sway so many people. People would ask questions. So why not bring these people together and try to dilute whatever problem they have, and then it could probably change in our favor. In my opinion, a lot of people don't hop on that train already. Again, disheartening, but it's just the political landscape of Nigeria, and in this case, the NFF. I just hope that people remain strong to what they believe in, not because they've been appointed to some smoke screen of the committee, and somehow change it, and then we have the same thing again. It's going to be disheartening. I think everybody has to, pay attention to this electioneering, process, and this timeline we have, or else I really don't know. I fear for the future of sports, or even let's just put it at football in Nigeria. Because it's really at stake. It's disgustingly crazy what it is now.
Bleak. The NFF's fact-finding committee: the real solution to Nigeria's football crisis, or same old patterns? Let's hear from you this afternoon on the show. 090-40-1089, 090-44-1089. Yes, let's hear you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yes. Sorry about Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria, let me just tell you one thing.
What's your name, please?
My name is Apostle Stephen from Agwashuku, Delta State.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, the problem of Nigeria, now let me tell you, the first and fourth, tribalism.
We are facing football, restricted to
yes.
to this committee that they set up. Don't go the general before particular.
The problem will not be we won't come committee that people setting up. Are you hearing me? The committee they set up now, they want the problem to come into a height every day by day when it is already damaging. Are you with me?
Okay.
All the system in Nigeria, have you seen anyone who knows that it's already failed? Say today I'm going to resign. This is the problem. These people are not ready to learn, and when they are going to learn the hard way when time comes. Are you with me? When, let me just tell you the truth, this problem will not be abated until Nigeria realize themselves, the youth wake up. Have you seen the problem now? Okay, now, these people claim to say that they are NFF who do run the football. How many of them know the fact of the football? How many of them know the other people who did there? None of them qualified to be there. Look at Nika is lamenting since spoke about this thing that people are they are right people to be there, but these people refuse them. They cannot allow Nika to be in that environment because they only this set of people who don't know about football. That is what is going on in Nigeria leaders today. People is not qualified. See, I came to know this Nigeria that my father place. Are you with me? See that time now, people who ruled during the time before my father came into existence, they are still ruling Nigeria today. People believe that Nigeria will be okay. That is what is happening there. Even if this man left that place, now they're going to put their own people there. Okay, let me just tell you the truth. The problem of this problem now is, first of all, Nigeria is tribalism. I know this person. And this is the person who want to enter. It's my brother. And if you cannot read all those things, the problem will continue every day, will not be abated. This is it. This is the problem we're facing in Nigeria. Majority of these people now, they are dead. How much going to their objectives and their motive, how much going to come out? Are you with me? This is it. So, my brother, we have a long way to go.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. But I want you to narrow it to the context of the conversation we're having. If you think this fact-finding committee would solve any problem or it's just the same old story, okay? Don't take us to the extended issues. There are a lot of them. We'll not get out of this place today if we have to look at other things that are bedeviled Nigeria. No, we're looking at these matter as it concerns what we're dealing with. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Okay, try again. I'm not sure why you couldn't hear us there. Pick that call for like 6 to 7 seconds. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I just said good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Maxwell on the line.
Maxwell, welcome.
Talking about this fact-finding committee, now same old, same, no, nothing new. Nothing new. These are the same people. Who is investigating who? Who is investigating who now? For me, this is just they want make it change the context. Maybe just stop to talk about them. This is same old pattern, nothing new. Investigate. What is that they investigate? What is the president waiting for to resign out of that place? Then they investigate themselves. They are investigating failure. What do you want to try to investigate now? Make person tell me what they try to investigate. Who is investigating who? That's the question. What are they investigating for? What is the thing will happen where they try to investigate? We the fans, we go to blame the coach. We not go look down the route. What make this thing happen? So they tell us they investigating which panel?
Who want to investigate who? Who are they investigating? That the players don't want to investigate. Nothing new. And nothing progressive with this investigation. My time wasted with this. And it's also wasted. Nobody's investigating nobody. The people that make us say should resign. That's the simple truth. And they don't want to resign. They are still seconding themselves there. Investigating who? I better go. I don't tire. They don't investigate anything. I just make we just come up for the issue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. I mean, if the people you are also expecting to lead do not have faith in you, I don't think there's anything worse than that. Nobody has expressed any optimism that anything is going to come out of this committee. Nobody of the reactions we've had so far, we've received so far. Nobody has expressed anything positive about what the outcome of this committee could be. I mean, it's the same old same. Everyone believes that, you not go work. We've been down this road before. Hello.
Thank you very much. God bless your heart, your soul, your body, and for everybody in that studio. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
I like this team where on be now.
What's your name?
This team, Ebuka House and the Chelsea captain. I read from Onitsha.
Okay, welcome.
Let me go straight to the point. I think this is the right time. I think these people are not competent. They are really not competent. And they are, in fact, we are the people, you see, but for me, all of them are there, plus me. We are the last people where they wine. Where they go feel wine. They don't go feel wine also again. We are if now we were the last person where they go wine, they no go wine us again. Now we're going to say the truth about them. Because they are recycling themselves. This is high time for them to. They are not competent enough. They need to step down. Then they should come to the studio. They should come to Brila. Let you people educate them more of this their character. How to follow up this our sports activities. This is not business. This is one thing that made us happy in this country. You see sports. You see football. These are the team, the present team where they make us happy. Since 1993, Atlanta 93, USA 94. I think those are the time they are managing it well. At least 70%. Where there's no God for reason like that, but rather they will have a kind of how do they call it? Maybe you have your player you like to select as among themselves who can play the game with them. But you see, from that time reach now, no more good administration. They should come down. They are not competent. Please, may they not give us headache. If we are the last people where they go wine last, they don't go wine us. We don't agree. Me and you people in the studio. They should come to that studio. Get them. May they step down. I agree to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that one. And as action continues right here. And I can tell you for certain games going down in a lot of places in the League One. Reading lead against Luton Town 2-1. Oxford United against MK Dons. It is 1-1 in that game. Notts County, Leicester City goalless. Bolton Wanderers lead 2-0 in the Championship upon their return against Preston North End. And yes, I can tell you that. Yes, in the second division in Germany, Greuther Fürth against Nuremberg, it is 2-2. Hertha Berlin lead 3-0 against Heidenheim. And yes, Osnabrück against Magdeburg. Magdeburg lead 2-0 in that game. If we have to go all the way to Russia, yes, Rodina Moscow lead against Akron Toliati by 2-0. It's halftime in that game as well right now. Just, of course, some updates regarding the games as we go back to our talking point on the show this afternoon. It is Football Live. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Vicky.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, I greet you, Mr. President.
Welcome.
Who is there? Is it Joseph?
Joseph is here.
Joseph, my man, I greet.
I greet you. Welcome.
This is Dave. Thank you. I laugh. Vicky, you see this kind of committee? I have seen it before. You know how they do this kind of committee? The people that used to attack them, within them, this is the opportunity for them to set them up and give them to become the committee and give them money to sit. So those ones that will feel good, and they will come and say one or two things and give them the document. They will throw the document to the trash. So that's what this committee they set up now is a committee of settlement within themselves. So, and this committee now they are setting up is another way of looting money, because later they will tell you how much they gave the committee for their for finding. They will tell you that they traveled, that they went to different places to ask questions. When you will hear the money that they will put, that will be budgeted for this committee, you will be shocked. Vicky, these people, they know what they are doing. But I will not blame them, Vicky. They are operating with the system that is on ground already. It's a system that is on ground everywhere, so their own will not be different. So it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation, and we keep asking God to help, because we have tried in our own way. It's like our own is not working. So we have to resolve to divinity that has the higher power to help us. Vicky, I hope you understand. So we have to resolve to divinity. When a man becomes helpless and he doesn't have such power to do something, you have to look for a higher power that will help you. That's God. That's why you see many Nigerians will say, God will help us. God will help us. Because we are helpless. We are helpless. Vicky, you see these people, they will not live there and nothing will happen. Because the situation we find ourselves is that people, no structure that makes people to pay for any negative things they have done for their consequences. No system is on ground. That when you know that if I do this, this is the consequences of what I have done. Video, I end with this. By the discovery. This one now is my own personal discovery. I have said it before, I'm going to tell you again. This is a country where what's supposed to happen will happen, and nothing will happen to the people that made it happen. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us this afternoon. More of it, of course, is still coming in. Yes, on your Champion Star Sports Radio Brila FM. And yes, we are still looking at the fact-finding committee. And if you think this is going to yield any meaningful result, or it's just going to be same old same, and, at some point we'll move on. Because let me tell you why we will move on. There is a window in September, November for the AFCON qualifiers. I dare us to still be talking about a committee when there is a qualifier to be played. We will move on. No jokes. Yes. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Vicky.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Joseph. How is everything?
Pretty well.
This is Carlos. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Carlos, you good today?
Yeah, we are fine. The weather is okay. The problem of football in this country is not just the football system. It is the Nigerian system. Even the FIFA we are talking about, they encourage you. If somebody takes them to court now, they said, no, they will ban the FA. The government changed and they will ban the FA. So all those things, they say it's interference. They're encouraging corruption. It's a Nigerian system, and it's worse in this country. So the people there know what they are doing. Like this committee is just to share money up, appropriate money for them. They will not owe them. So that when it comes to the girls and the boys, you say that they are owing them from a year, and you'll hear the whole story. So to me, there isn't much you can do. Ozegmami has been saying that if you cancel that election now, go to court, they will ban the FA. So they know what they are doing. They are being covered by CAF, especially CAF, they are aware of what is happening. They are just sharing the money. We will just be talking and talking. That's all I can say for that. But for our football, we need to do more. The footballers too have to put more effort. I know that they are not taking good care of them, but then, like I said, to this topic, it is a problem that I don't think we can fight it over, because the people there will say they have been mandated. They are the only ones. Somebody cannot come and join the election except those people among them. If anybody comes, they will say it's not a member, it's not eligible to contest. So that is the issue. So it's a big problem in Africa, especially in Nigeria. The question of tribes. We have too many tribes, so that one falls to it. So at the end of the day, it's like a vicious circle. We keep talking and talking and talking. Thank you very much, Victor.
All right, thank you so much. Now, it is also not entirely true that these people cannot be probed and there cannot be some interference. So it's just that it's either we don't want to do it or we don't know the processes through which we can do it. Yes, there are ways you can still get people out of office without FIFA's interference. And that, it is standard practice. It happens. It happens. It's not common in this part of the world especially, but it happens. You can do that. It's not a matter of, oh, nobody can come in, nobody can be given an opportunity to come in. And it's not entirely true that, well, if you go through the process through which it will not be seen as interference, then it will not be seen as an interference. Okay, but I'm not sure we are ready to go down that route, because it takes knowing what to do before people will say, okay, he didn't interfere, he was just trying to address the matter for what it is. There are ways you can actually go about it. And if, for instance, the government says, let me give an example, that they have given in the last 3 years, government says they have given over $5 million to the Football Federation to run things. And then they say those money has not been properly accounted for after going through the books themselves. They can call the anti-graft agency in Nigeria to say, oh, you are swooping, arrest these people. And while that matter is being investigated, that place will be made empty. And then, you know, you can go through the right channels and say, okay, let's have a normalizing committee. And we want to have an election from now to so time and so time. And, I mean, these things happen. But let's not even go down that route. I mean, how did Blatter leave in the first place? So there are ways you can actually go around it. It's just that those we know, they don't join the bandwagon.
Yes.
And they don't join the bandwagon. Now they will even tell you, say, you can't do that now. Now to discourage you, not be because say they don't know, say. But again, how many people know these things? 090-41,089, Let's take some of the messages we have on WhatsApp on the show today. Quite a number of them. We'll go there and take it. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. President and Shaw Black Boy. This is I, or the ex-international, allegedly, concerning the NFF. Ayo, you will not change. You will not. He says, he used to be ex-international ball boy. Why are you not dropping the ball boy? It's not sounding like ex-international football player. Okay. Concerning the NFF topic, calling me a fool to my face is not something to work in this part of the world. The NFF failed woefully, and that's it. The same way some funny people passed the vote of confidence in this NFF president is the same way they should query the NFF's total failure. Lastly, NFF job is not a family inheritance. If you can't deliver, please resign. This one, of course, let's take another one. This one here says, good afternoon to you guys. I think the NFF are not accepting their failures by setting up this committee. Just like killing my child overnight and then arresting my neighbors in the morning for killing the same child. The NFF, the NSC, and the Ministry of Sports, okay, it's now NSC, no Ministry of Sports anymore, should be investigated by the anti-graft agencies, the ICPC. It says the National Assembly should also look into the process in which one becomes the NFF president, so that capable hands can come in and take our sports to the next level. City man from Onitsha. Yes, this one is coming from you. Let's take this on. It says, Wolfram from Surulere in Nigeria. We set up committee to drink tea and then they play. Yes, we just play. He said we set up a committee to drink tea. And this one here says, good afternoon, Saeed. He says the only solution to this problem is serious protests in Nigeria by the youth. With that, FIFA will now accept serious changes to this NFF constitution. Any Nigerian intervention will attract FIFA sanctions. Okay, well, let's see. This one here says, good afternoon. There should be consequences for actions. Yes, the NFF are setting up a committee, a fact-finding committee in respect to our outing in the last WAFCON. It is uncalled for. The honorable thing to do now is throw in the towel and take responsibility. Chooks from Ikorodu. Yes, this one is from Chooks. This one says, I don't think so. But what's your name? What don't you think? Golan says, good afternoon, Mr. President and Joseph. Golan from Canada, it says, as for me, I am surprised that we think those in office will resign. Alone, they can't. Now, let's go to the committee. A way to make us forget the issue completely. Yes, he says, I can tell you for free, those names in the committee are the people that are always vocal about their flaws, and this is a way to just keep them busy and take their voices away from them. The body knows their problem and will continue to deceive themselves. If we don't fix our structure, we will find ourselves in a deeper mess. A body that is dependent on the government can't do anything. Bottom line is, the committee is just to sway us away and make them prepare for the elections. Thanks. Well, thank you so much. How are you doing today, by the way? This one here says, good afternoon to everyone in the studio. For Nigeria to be better than the sham that is presently on, the government must hands off sport just like it is done abroad, and government's only responsibility is to create an enabling environment and hands off for sports in general, thereby allowing the private and capitalist investors to bring their hard-earned money. But the government would never do that, as the sports ministry is the money for the boys as usual. Alaba from Surulere, this one is coming from you. Let's take this one on the show this afternoon. It says, Mr. Pressy, good afternoon to you and Joseph in the studio. It says, Femi from Lagos, this life get as it be. How on earth some failures will set up another failures to investigate their failures? The outcome will be failure now. Simple mathematics. Femi, this one is coming from you. We'll take this one. It says, good afternoon, Brila. Says the money alone they made from football is enough to build 2 football stadiums and the performance centers across the globe. I don't know about across the globe. He says, I think they are playing on our intelligence by this committee. Yes, that they are setting up. They will spread some money around now, and the committee will come out with a report, and then nothing will come out of it. Just give these committee members $10,000 now and see what will happen. You are questioning the integrity of these people. It's not fair. It's not fair. I don't think it is fair. This one here says, good afternoon, Mr. President and Joseph. My name is Anthony. He says, the fact-finding committee, fact-finding word is the grammar not too much for the rubbish that they are doing in the glass house. In the tenure of the present NFF, the Super Eagles, the Super Falcons, the Golden Eaglets, the Wafu B, that's Flying Eagles, didn't qualify for the World Cup. And yes, he's sitting down in office and using fact-finding committee to deceive themselves and not Nigerians. Shout out to Buffon for stepping down from the Italian failure that failed to qualify for the World Cup. It is well. In this part, you did laugh. This one says, good afternoon, VQ and Big Man Joseph. Yes, look, for me, I think the system is very bad. Yes, he said, look, for me, the system is very bad. And it's not just only football. I think the administration is not right from the above. Yes, we don't have competent people to handle our football system. But to achieve this, we need to wipe out the system totally. I'm sorry to say, to say no to hire Paolo Maldini or European to handle it better. I don't think I understand. I don't trust these people because they don't even invest in the system. For example, leadership in football, sports science, refereeing, sports management. We don't have, and we are lacking in all of these areas. Even former footballers can handle this if he is not intelligent one way or the other. Gonna rule. You will see what I am saying. Ahmed Silva from Lekki. Okay, I get your point. Now. This one here says, good afternoon, Vicky and Joseph. I'm Joshua from Asaba. I said investigating committee for who? Yeah, they are for who exactly? those that set up the committee are the ones that need to be investigated by the FBI, not even the EFCC. The national teams of Nigeria in an all-level low, all a total mess at this point in time. He says they should resign. Vicky, my papa say now only foolish world gecko go they arrange any bed when any day on the Oga. You don't come again. You don't come again today. You don't come again. This one says, good afternoon, gentlemen. As long as the perpetrator is given the mandate to go on a fact-finding mission concerning an incident investigated by the perpetrator, be rest assured not much will be found. As long as there's no long-term plan for football development, administration, and management, he says, target will not be met. VQ, like you said, qualifiers will come and the narrative will change. Please, where do office committee reports go to gather? Yes, where do office report committee go to gather dust and die? Ajibade, this one is coming from you. I say when they start qualifiers now, all this one when they release list, you see Wob, you know, see Osimhen, you know, see this one. Now that one go distract you. Everybody goes switch attention. Let me tell you that one. Ostino from the ancient city of Benin. He says the fact-finding committee set up by the NFF is a waste of time and resources. The facts are glaring before our very eyes, such as the NFF has failed and the board members must all resign. Our leagues are in shambles and need to be structurally fixed in all ramifications. Sporting facilities are in decay, and the state of emergency needs to be declared by the government. Election into the NFF board needs to be restructured to allow seasoned and proven football administrators to come in. Our local talents need to be tapped to feed the national team. Yes, with the foreign-based. With foreign-based complementing and lots more. Yes, he went on to list a few more things. Austin O, thank you so much for that one. This one says, good afternoon, VQ and Joseph. VQ is your boy OJ Sam. Yes, honestly, I feel this plot to boycott facing what is really the issue, which, of course, they are the foundation. I don't think the committee will amount to anything, just all the time wasting, and our football administration is lacking proper orientation to organize things. Okay, let's take this one. This one says, good afternoon to you guys. My name is Mashi from Jalingo. Oh, my Nigeria matter don't tire me. Oh, yes, where they say, yes, why be say people know they resign when they know very well that they are not doing well. Nothing like investigation here. They just want to confuse us. NFF President Ibrahim Gusau is a bad luck. He says, since the man became a president, everything has been going down, down, down. The most annoying thing here is that he's not even talking about resigning. Okay. Let's take this one. This one says, good afternoon, VQ and Joseph. My name is Uche, the amazing Chelsea fan. Nigerian fans should start protesting so that FIFA should come and intervene and the Nigerian Football Association matter. Yes, because they intentionally make the law that would exclude the players with other experienced people to come in and try their own parts. Okay. This one says, Engineer Dasko from Onitsha says, I don't think the football administration will get better soon because the people in that glass house are not the right people for the job. They should try and appoint our ex-players to know the secret of the game and forget about investigating each other like they don't know where the problem is coming from. Good afternoon to you guys. You guys are doing a good job. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. This one is coming from Francis de Macheda. I said, good afternoon, VQ and Joseph. It says the Newcastle first son, Francis de Macheda. I hope you enjoy your new coach. He's talking about some new ideas. Let's see what will happen with him. And the NFF faces a widespread criticism from his management, poor long-term planning, and a persistent lack of transparency. Despite an abundance of natural talents across the country, Nigerian football suffers from weak grassroots structures, administrative stagnation, and a reactive approach to crisis management. The local leagues and the youth pathway, remain underfunded and disorganized, forcing the over-reliance on the foreign-based players while the homegrown talents are left uncultivated. Well, you can see why we would never give up that idea of always grabbing whatever comes from abroad. We will not, because you've barely invested anything at home to filter through the quality of talents that are coming in from home. Good afternoon, Brila. I'm watching from Imo State. Anayobo is my name. He says, to start with, our football is gradually decaying. Our football is run by people who only know themselves. What are ex-internationals doing? Our technical committee is being run by our ex, but he's adamant a selection of coaches should be. He's not the one selecting coaches, so leave that in. Anayo, I hope you know. Some coaches are outdated, but we still need to give them jobs. How do we move forward? Okay. We've not even trained enough coaches. If for any reason CAF says today that anybody who doesn't have the CAF, okay, we have reached that point of the season. Share your club sides in Nigeria who play in the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League. We'll see how many of these coaches will make it to the bench to sit there. Just watch out. You will not find one who will sit on the bench. What they will do is to hire somebody who has the qualification, who can sit on the bench, and then that person will be there and will now guide Nigerian teams. Nigerian coaches cannot sit on the bench during CAF competitions because they don't have the qualification required to sit on the bench during CAF competitions. Yes. So you are going to have all of that. Now the issues be this. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon
to you.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Sorry, I don't think you can hear me. Try again. I could hear myself talk in the background and I wasn't sure, but overall you couldn't hear me. Let's take more of the contributions. Yes, before we wrap things up and switch gears to all the talking points on the show this afternoon, yes, we can still squeeze in two more and wrap things up as we look at the fact-finding issue. Yes, he says as we look at the fact-finding issues regarding this matter. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, the numbers to call, yes, to be a part of it on the show. Yes, let's hear from you. Ajibade, do you mean it? I'm not sure what you're asking if I mean. Ajibade, please make it clear. I've said a lot of things today, so I'm not sure which one you are hinging your question on. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Monday Ilepa. Please, I want to know, does the federal government have right to start NFF chairman?
It's going to take a lot. I'm not sure how they want to carve that as their right. It is not a matter of right. It is a matter of principle and what is not done right and what is supposed to be done right. If you told the step of if you have the right to, the whole Nigerian football will get into trouble. And trust me, not everyone who's saying let them ban us for 2 years, ban us for 3 years is ready for that. Not everyone who says that is ready for that. In fact, maybe 80% of us are not ready for that. And the moment it happens, we'll be scampering from pillar to post and be asking questions as to how did we get here? How did we allow ourselves to be in this position? I don't think I want to be in that place, but there are ways these things can be approached and then we'll handle it better. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I call again. I call before you cut off. So that's my question. If the federal government don't have power to sack coach, to sack NFF chairman, there's no one to blame government about that. Because when they start there now, people will take action on us. This NFF chairman is not appointed by federal government, by president. So if somebody cannot come now and start blaming the president or blame the government, they are appointing themselves here.
Okay, I get your point, but first things first, that's not a clear call. You have to make it crystal clear. You can't be talking and be hearing yourself at the same time and then, like, what exactly is the matter? Let's take more calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Thank you. Happy Sunday. My name is David.
Yeah, it's a Saturday. Is it Sunday where you are?
The reason why we get to where we are is because we fail to do the right thing. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. The reason why where we are today is that we fail to do the right thing for me. You cannot put people in the name of ourselves where they don't know where they are. There is a principle that guides man about anything towards whatever you are doing. If you do not see that principle on it, you are bound to fail. Our NFA have already told us from the beginning. That's why you see Nigeria where we are today. We're not supposed to be where we are, but because of the youth policy and every other thing, this coach that took this our female team to this African community, I see something earlier before that. He's not supposed to be there. It's just because of the privilege he has is that because of the former white man. What's the foundation he laid for him? That is why he succeeded the first time. He don't know what he's doing. He's not even supposed to apologize to Nigeria. He's supposed to leave that place.
This is not a conversation about the coach. You might have your issues about the man, but what we're talking about is not about the coach.
Let me tell you, before you want to have a solution to everything, you need to find where the fault comes from.
But the man's part is not the solution. The man's part is not the solution. It is part of it, I agree, but we are talking about the fact-finding committee in context to this conversation and not necessarily why we failed at this competition. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so what I have here and I tell you that before we get it right, we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to get people who are qualified to run themselves as sport, not by because of politics, driver, or anywhere you come from. You need to give people a job for what they qualify to do. I mean, Nigeria will get it right. We're not supposed to find ourselves where we are today because we don't want to do the right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You see some of the terms that we have become used to are some of the terms that will get us into trouble. One, drawing board. I find myself saying that thing, and I have knocked myself out of the consciousness of always saying drawing board now, because how does it make you even different from them? Because if these are the same terms you are going to be using, and yes, I know it is an English word, but we don't too Nigerianize them. Drawing board don't they sound very Nigerian to our ears now. Now we use drawing board pass. And so when you have situations where we always, when we talk about re-strategizing, we always refer to drawing board. Why these things? If this were a club side, we'll say, oh, end of an era, oh, we're building a transition, a change of coach, he's going to come with his new ideas and all the rest. You know why we know they ever get all this kind of transition for Nigeria? It always crash when it crash finish. Nah, the lack of structure completely. Because the things where they actually make us go far, where they float us, not be things where you be say, nah, from here. In fact, long ago, those will be grassroots coaches go don't tell their players, say, if now this boy you want play, take come up for trenches. You better know the look, say national team go call you. You be career footballer. Go and make something out of your life. If you play anywhere, you do well. National team go call you. And yes, the road the day short, if national team quick invite you. But just know, say, if not that one you want to do, the road feel long go. We go draw a list of players where go this last AFCON for Nigeria, Super Eagles. You go check them now and say, maybe not like, you reach 10% of what in the league give us. So. But, I mean, that's a conversation for another day. But yes, in relation to this fact-finding talk and everything that has been happening, yes, of course, it is what we're talking about. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. President and Joseph. He says, my name is Jacob, a.k.a. Michael Carrick's uncle. Says, after listening to the names you called out on that list, I think they are missing 2 names to complete the list. The missing names they should add to that list are Merlin the Seeker. Merlin and the Seeker. Okay. To find waiting no lost. Okay. He's saying that to find waiting no lost. All right. Finally, before we, of course, wrap up this particular talking point, this one says, good afternoon, Brila. Mr. President, he says, I greet everyone in the studio and all Brila Nation across the globe. He says, Mr. President, we need a prophet to tell us that the glory of Nigerian football has departed. It will be very unfortunate to tell posterity that there was an era that Nigeria lost our glory in football. I tell you for free that all the coaches that are intensifying much effort to change the ugly situation, please let the federal government declare state of emergency in our football before things get worse. Malachi Umar, this one is coming from you on the show this afternoon. Okay, we'll take a break. yes, we'll take a break. It will be a short one. And, of course, we will be back. And, yes, we'll hit the foreign scenes and bring you more talking points. Stay with us.
He centred in with that gorgeous left foot of his. Have you heard anything quite like this?
Absolutely not.
From London to Lagos.
It was a long ball over the top.
Oh, it's gone by the form book.
Yeah, it's a superb performance from Arsenal, really.
Unbelievable.
Boom.
Big goal in the relegation scrap.
Wow. Nigerian Frank Onyeka returns to the substitutes bench for Brentford.
That's why we stand out from the crowd.
If you're a Tottenham fan, you'll be jumping up and down.
Yeah, it was an absolute screamer. Fair play to Mikel Antonio. Pick that one out.
It's been a pleasure having you with us.
And when's it all going to end?
Football Live on Brila FM.
From Lagos to London, connecting you across football leagues around the globe.
This is where we take you around the world of football. We go local, we go international.
Thank you very much, Tony. Welcome to our new edition of Football Lives from London Studios.
Football Live exclusively to Brila Media.
That's why we stand out from the crowd.
Can Man City put pressure on Arsenal again this season? And in La Liga, can Jose Mourinho's mind gain room and era of major transitions and fresh identity under Hansi Flick's Barcelona in his third campaign? We will keep you up to date with happenings in the German Bundesliga, French Ligue 1, Italian Serie A, and lots more. Right here on Football Live, Saturdays and Sundays from 12 noon.
Follow us at Brila Media on X, Instagram, and TikTok. YouTube on Brila Media TV. Facebook on Sports Radio Brila FM. And go with Brila on the mobile app.
Football Live on 88.9 Brila FM. Serving you an exciting Football League season.
Live and exclusive to Brila FM. You are tuned in to Football Live.
So we've got so much coming up on Football Live. We're covering everything in England, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria. You name it, we've got it covered here on Football Live.
Our fantastic team of reporters will be bringing you all the goals as they go in the biggest games across the footballing world.
We love a bit of drama here on Football Live, and we've plenty of it this afternoon.
Football Live are proof that Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM has gone beyond one league.
How many do you want? How many do you want?
Football Live.
Welcome back. Action continues right here on the show. Yes, it is Football Live on your Champions Dial. And yes, what is a Saturday without Football Live? Yes, what is a weekend without Football Live? This is where it's going down. And this time next week, some of your teams that should be playing in the Prem or be getting ready to get the action started in the Prem. I hope you're warmed up for next season. Now, Enzo Fernández will likely remain at Chelsea, with the Manchester City deciding not to meet Chelsea's evaluation of £120 million for the midfielder before a Friday's deadline. But City ultimately, of course, walked away. Yes, the Friday deadline set for the deal. Chelsea had set a deadline to match, set City a deadline to match their asking price, but City ultimately walked away. The player had previously expressed the interest in moving away from Stamford Bridge to Madrid, but his preferred destination, Real Madrid, issued a statement where they said they were not interested in signing the Argentina international. His agent, Javier Pastore, has continued to make statements about a possible exit with the player, which the player also has not denied. Fernandez staying could be a major boost for Alonso as he begins his Chelsea reign as the manager. However, Man City still maintain optimism that a deal can still happen in the summer as Rodri is on the verge of joining Barcelona. Should Chelsea consider selling a top player in their team to a rival, or would they risk keeping an unhappy player?
Well, I think, to be honest, I think for all of this, mess, I probably would not be of the opinion that, Chelsea themselves should allow Enzo Fernández. I mean, he's a club captain. He went ahead vice captain. And
to Rich James.
Yeah, to Rich. But most of Rich James
plays more matches because we know the other one is
always injured. Anyway, I thought for what happened last season, probably it was necessary for just move the man on. I mean, it doesn't translate anything good. The fact that he, not just the first time, the second time he doubled up, doubled down, and it felt as if it was just, it doesn't care so much about Chelsea. I would have, it probably should have been let go. But on the sporting merits, he's one of the best midfielders you have around. I don't think there's anything to take away from him. Take away the sentiment or emotions or anything that came off of that interview, and the fact that he was actually looking for ways out. Take that away from the whole picture. You find a really good midfielder in that body, and I think looking at what the situation now is the fact that they just have to move on with him. I think the fact that he's someone who is a really integral part of the team is the reason why. I mean, on the sporting ground as well, I'm not sure you can find a whole lot of midfielders who will give you what Enzo Fernández gives Chelsea, and that is actually fair enough. But in reality, I think they've made a mess of the entire thing. I don't think Fernandez belongs to some group of guys, whether they are disgruntled or not. You always find the quality. That's just somebody made a post about Ronaldo yesterday when it was at Real Madrid with Mourinho. Concerning I wouldn't call it bad blood. There was a little bit of, skirmish between Mourinho and Ronaldo and a few members of the team at that point in time. Even with Florentino Perez, but he kept on delivering. He was always going to score goals. He scored goals on, when he was happy, scoring goals. When he was not happy, scoring goals. And I think Enzo Fernández belongs to that kind of, that set of players. Great mentality. He's always going to deliver whether whether he's bad in terms of his emotions or where he currently plays at the club, his current mental state with the club or not. And I think it's always good to find a way you can reconcile all of those moments, try as much as possible to meet halfway, because he's a good talent. And I think maybe on that basis you try as much as possible to have him, except he now starts to throw tantrums and say, okay, whether we like it or not, I just dead on going to leave this club. And I think that's going to be a different case entirely. So in my opinion, I think the fact that a move has not been able to materialize, if Manchester City cherish him that much, just go ahead and pay the money. They love Anderson so much and they drop that money. We saw Liverpool last season. Have your takes about whether they could have gone for Isak or not, but the truth is they value Isak so much, and they waited until it was absolutely ready and they paid the money. So I think Manchester City should be the one to take the initiative now. If you really want the man, pay the money and let's get the mess over with that. But for now, Enzo Fernández is still a Chelsea player, and I think it's going to have a really important impact on whatever Chelsea aim to achieve this season. And again, he's a talented player. On the sporting merit, he should be staying. Do as much as possible to keep him. But on the basis of all of those nonsense that happened last season, I thought Chelsea should have made away with him.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Should Chelsea consider selling a top player in their team to a rival, or would they risk keeping an unhappy player? I think he'll be professional enough to just do his job if he doesn't get the move.
He would.
Again, but yes, do you think they should keep such a player, or you think they'll be taking too much risk selling that player to a rival? 090-41,089, 090-44,089. I think he's joined the camp now, and everyone, of course, is there. They are all there warming up for the new season, and Chelsea doesn't play till Monday. Yes, they don't play till Monday, so everyone would wait. Fans of Chelsea would wait. Friday is when it gets started. Arsenal will be at home to Coventry, and then Saturday there are games. Sunday there are games as well, and we'll see all of that. And of course, on Monday night, yes, Chelsea will be in action. Yes, they will be in action come Monday night, and we'll see how that goes. But yes, do you think they should consider selling him to a rival, or you think they should, or they would risk keeping a player who is unhappy in the team? Hello.
Thank you. God bless you now, and the studio there.
God bless
Good
you
afternoon.
too. Yeah.
Ebuka Housing, calling from Onitsha.
Welcome.
The Chelsea captain. Thank you very much. This concerns the Blues. I think I'm one of the opinion that since this issue of Enzo to Chelsea, since he started, that is a drama. I'm on the one that I don't like a situation whereby you'll be confusing others. Being a spy to their team, it is not helping the football sector. That's of club. So I think I'm one of the person that said you sell him out. Yes, even no matter who whether they are opposition, our rival, no wahala, because we've been doing it before. We've been doing it before. I've been giving Arsenal, we've been Man U our best players. So and they did nothing to us. So I think keeping him, I called him is a spy to Chelsea Football Club. He just in fact I don't understand him. So it is left for the management. If they can keep him, good. But for me, I don't think I would still love him to be in that team. I'm telling you the truth. Thank you very much.
You said he's a spy.
He's a spy to the team. Okay, look what he has done
who does he spy for? Who does he spy for?
That guy is a highly controversial human being. Watch what he did in World Cup. You saw what he did in World Cup. The same thing we are suffering from his hands in that in Chelsea. So I better go. For me, when you just go. If they want to, then just go. I don't care. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one on the show this afternoon. Yes, Football Live, and yes, we are talking about it right here. Yes, Bolton still lead 3-0. Reading against Luton Town was 3-1 at halftime. Now Luton Town have scored 2 goals to make it 3-3. Notts County against Leicester City, 54 minutes, no goals recorded yet in League One. And yes, in League One as well, Oxford United, those scored first. They now trail 2-1. Of course, let's go to Russia, where Rodina Moscow were leading 3-1 at some point, but Akron Toliati have now made it 3-3 in that game right now. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
My name is... Hello?
Why are you thinking about your name now? You don't know the name. Why are you thinking about it?
I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I hold in the hand.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Welcome. Talking about Enzo Fernández. He's a fantastic player, man. We Chelsea, we like him to stay. Yeah, I mean, because he can boost for Chelsea squad, for Alonso squad as well. So we like him to be sit in Chelsea. Because to send it to Manchester City, it's going to be a problem for us. See what we do to about Lampard. Where Lampard we play all this we play for Chelsea olden days. After we go back to Man City, we score goal when he meet Man City together with him. So now, if they want to send Enzo Fernández for other places like Saudi or Spain, that's not a problem. But to send it in the ground, I don't prefer that one. That's what I want to put. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, there's always that feeling of, oh, my own player scoring against me, a player that I've loved. I don't ever want to see that happen. Okay, yeah. I mean, from an emotional point of view, that's fair enough. It says he would prefer they sell the player out of England rather than, again, one man who's pushing for this is the former coach of Chelsea, who's now at Manchester City. He's worked with this player before, and he thinks that this opportunity will be a good one to reunite with the player and work with the player again. And so let's see if that could be a thing this season. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Sir Victor, good afternoon, sir.
Welcome. Good afternoon to you. Yes.
Yes, so Joseph, good afternoon. Well done, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
This is Henry calling from Abuja.
Henry, how you doing today?
Henry, I'm fine, thank you. I'm also listening to you guys watching you guys on YouTube.
Okay,
you guys
welcome.
are doing amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, so Joseph, deal with Nigeria. Nigeria will give you a headache, won't leave you. Because I'm seeing your passion. The mic said you even trying to, these people won't kill my brother.
Joseph, no agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to you, Manu.
Thank you.
God bless you guys. So, quick one concerning the topic on ground, like Enzo. Yeah, is he a good player? Yes. Is it a potential future improving player? Yes. But I don't know why, because sorry to put this in, I just saw it now that this person is also leaving, Neto. So, I don't know what this man is trying to build. In Premiership that we have watched for all these years, no new recruitment team wins it. Except maybe they are just recruiting these boys and men and papas, for maybe to win the league or to challenge for the title next season. Because we don't know what other smaller clubs are doing, because those are always the problem of Chelsea can beat Arsenal, can draw Man City, can beat Liverpool, but when it comes to Coventry and others, the struggling sets in. And another point I'm trying to raise is you leave the experience, people that have been in this game, to continue. Like Enzo. Why are you selling Enzo? Who is going to... Because that guy does a lot of jobs for Chelsea. I'm not a Chelsea fan, I'm an Arsenal fan, but that guy is good. No matter what. Yes, he's always allowed his emotion to get over him sometimes. But that guy is good.
South Americans are largely like that.
Yes, so I'm used to... Even Caicedo, you see it in Caicedo. So that one to always try to curtail himself, but you see that passion.
Raw emotion, raw passion. Yeah.
That raw emotion, that giri, that igiriko, that you can't... So that's the way they play their football. And that's the way they are trained to. That's how we knew him from that World Cup, that Chelsea got to sign him from that amount. But if Man City can get him, is a really plus. Because I don't see Rodri staying. And I don't see, if he goes to Man City, he will play first team. Because I'm not seeing Bondia benching him. Even this guy, except Enzo wants to do his thing. Right? But if Man City can get him, it's a good buy, but it's not good for Chelsea. I don't think it's going to be... They won't have that replacement of that guy. If also Neto leaves, who are you going to play? I don't understand. This Premiership, they just want to set this man to fail again. Because that's how Enzo came. He did his best. He took them from... He took them from nothing, because they were actually... Like, I don't know where they were.
Conference League.
The World Club World Cup, Chelsea is back, this and that. Now you are selling Chaloba, you are selling this, you are now recruiting new old uppers and young boys who don't have the experience of This is Premiership, Sir Victor Abi. I don't know if I'm mistaken.
Well, you're right, it's the Premier League.
This is where nobody they send for anybody. Experience. Look, if top players, if jokers can come to Premiership and struggle, if this man now that has now gym, this Joseph brother, Fesco, he's now gym. I don't know where he's gymming to. He came and struggle. Premiership is not he came and struggle. And you think Cucurella was there for many seasons before adapting. And remember how we used to yap him. And you're now bringing another 3 to say he's one of the best things after sliced bread. And you want to sell Enzo, sell Neto, sell these people. You have sold Chaloba. Who's replacing Chaloba? They have sold Barashili. Anyway, now Chelsea, I don't know how they do them. But I pick the only person I'm pitying is Alonso. Because it go happen. We not be this league we did. Shout out to you. Let me listen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your contributions on the show this afternoon. Yes. Sell him to a fellow competitor or rival in the league, or just, of course, keep him because, of course, you know it's going to be okay. I mean, that season where you don't get to play you don't play any European football, and you probably want your best legs because you'll be fresh. Yes. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, Victor.
Good afternoon.
Victor.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon.
I greet you, the studios.
Welcome.
This is Chelsea guy, Chama from Awada, calling from Awada.
Okay.
I beg, if you want to make mistake, You say the person give a happy player. If the player knows they happy for Chelsea, me than sell that. No matter not to come by. If that means if the player knows they happy for Chelsea, we get because of everything because the player itself. The player to go to the Chelsea, give them bad mind for that club. So after the player knows they happy for Chelsea, they can still give my soul, still give my deal, and go come back. Still give them. And I stand because you go to finance. Bad idea. Give this player so them buy new country. So let me just affect this player go back to me. Thank you.
Okay. Says make it go if you want go. If I get you correctly, that anybody who wants to leave, I mean, again, this is not. Don't get too emotional about this conversation. I mean, we're asking if you think the player. I mean, it's not the player who's asking you now. So. No doubt he will be a huge figure if he stays at Chelsea. He's the vice captain of the side, and maybe, of course, all through the preseason, we've seen Caicedo wear the armband. Rhys James is going to come back. He's back already now. And, of course, Enzo is also back. So we'll see what will happen from now on. Hello. Hello.
FJ.
Good afternoon.
FJ, good afternoon, sir. I'm Tony Santana. I greet you. Is it Tony there?
Oga, what are you listening to now? You started with
I agree.
Good afternoon. It's Victor and Joseph here. Yes. Welcome.
Yes. Here, you see Enzo Fernández. Is there one question what you ask? Say, is it good to keep on the player or to sell him to our rival? Yes. You know, Enzo Fernández has been with Chelsea. This is about 2 seasons ago when we bought him from Africa. We love him and we like him. That's why we use that kind of money to buy him.
Okay.
That we bought him because we love him. So coming to Chelsea is our player. It's our player. We love him. So now Enzo and Xavi Alonso is there as a coach. What Xavi Alonso needs to do is to talk to the guy. Calm the guy down. We love him. We want everyone to play for us. To talk to the guy, calm him down, and then put some uncertainty himself. And then he will stay. So we don't want to do something for that. He will stay with us. That is my own point. He will stay with us. He will not go anywhere. That's my own point. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I got your point. And I'm not disputing that. At halftime, Ararat Armenia against Van is goalless. Gomel FC in Belarus against Naftan. It is 4-0. Gomel lead in that game. Leicester City have gone ahead. Yes, against Notts County. Leicester City have taken the lead in that game. It is 1-0. The game between Reading and Luton Town is still 3-3. Let's let you know that Oxford United against MK Dons. MK Dons lead 2-1 in that game right there, even though they are the away side. In League 2, Newport lead 2-0 against Rochdale. Oldham lead 1-0 against Port Vale. And yes, in the second division in Germany, Greuther Fürth losing at home to Nuremberg 4-2. Hertha Berlin leading by 4-1 against Heidenheim in another game right there. Of course, fixtures across various centers. We are definitely right at the thick of it, taking you closer to the action like we always do. And yes, this is Football Live. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Victor.
Welcome.
This is from Jota. I think you have given Man City deadline day for signing Enzo and then walk away. So, and because you say that if they did meet up that time, because you have a plan that there's a player that you want to take and replace Enzo, this is Alex Scott and Adam Watson from Crystal Palace. So, and Man City did meet up at that deadline day. So, and they plan that if they meet up, you will get those boys to replace them. And if they don't meet up, Enzo will stay. Because I know what Enzo is looking for to increase in salary, which his agents have already said it. And Chelsea boy said no.
Oga, you did the board, Abi. I beg you. So that nobody will say they heard it here. I'm not the one who said it. I don't know what obtains at the board level. It is what is made public that I can tell you. Hello, good evening. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Anthony.
Mr. Victor here and Joseph.
Good afternoon, Joseph. Sorry. This is the voice of Charles Chikamsu. I'm known as Charles Rex. I'm reaching you from Edo State.
You try. Welcome, Charlie.
Yeah. Joseph, I think you see, keeping an unhappy player and selling to your rival, it depends on the context on ground. Judging from the permutations as regards to what Man City wanted to play, because if you take out the look of things with the whole saga, Man City wanted to play a smart game, but Chelsea were way far smarter than them, and that was why they fixed up that a deadline day for them to come up with something tangible. But they defaulted, and Chelsea holds the yam and the knife in their hands now. It's now left for the gaffer, talking about Xavi Alonso. Right before now, Alonso has stated it clear that he would want to work with the midfielder. Even after the Madrid select and all that, he came out categorically and said that he would like to work with Enzo Fernández up to the World Cup stages and all that. And it gladdens my heart that the young man is coming back to Stamford Bridge, and I really want them to keep him. You can just try to integrate him back to the team, and he's going to do wonders. So it's not good to keep an unhappy player, but at least if you try to work on him and integrate him to the team, he's going to do well. We've had so many sagas like this, like that of Steven Gerrard back then when Chelsea were rooting for him. Just that he didn't come out to flirt with any club. He kept his own hidden, and later on he went ahead and did wonders for Liverpool. So Enzo Fernández issue is not going to be a different case. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for that one as well. And yes, let's see, of course, if that will be the case come the end of the window, because yes, there's every possibility that he stays. I mean, it's not set in stone that he's definitely going to walk away, but the club still has to do what they have to do. I mean, again, Maresca has expressed interest in wanting to keep the player, and let's see if that will count for something, or if that changes anything as far as this one is concerned. In the meantime, talking about Chelsea still, they have a game. Yes, they have a game this afternoon. Yes, they would play a game this afternoon. And Enzo is still in the Chelsea picture. Interesting to see that he's on the bench today. Yes, he's on the bench because the list for that match has been released. They will take on Real Sociedad. Sanchez is the man in goal. Fofana, Lacroix, and Levi Colwill are the three in defense. It is Pedro Neto, Palestra, the two wing backs in this case. James, Caicedo, and Palmer, of course, are also a part of that side. Okay, let's say James actually will play for the four-man back line. And then you have Caicedo, Palmer, and James, with, of course, Morgan Rogers and João Pedro leading the attack in this particular one. Okay, so I'm not sure how he's setting up in this.
3-4-3. That is
3-4-3, I guess.
Yeah, Rhys James adding Caicedo, Rhys James in the middle.
So 3 at the back.
Yeah, 3 at the back.
Lacroix, Colwill, and Fofana.
Yes.
Then Neto, James, Caicedo, and Palestra in the middle.
Yes.
So Rogers, Palmer, and João Pedro in the attack. 3-4-3. Okay, okay. Interesting one by Alonso. On the bench, Pendes is there. Slonina is also there. Chapong is there. Chavaria is also a part of the side. Malo Gusto is back. Is there. Hato is there. Bako is also there. Esugo. Yes, you have Fernandez, Lavia, Coenda, Estevao, as well as Bino Gittins. Bro, of all these guys, the forward players in this team, they're not plenty like that. Oh. If he's already pruning down because some of guys will go out on loan. Joseph, we just scored like 2 goalkeepers in Pendas and Stolina. Champong is a defender, Chavera is a defender, Malagusto is a defender, Hato is a defender, Bako is, Esugo is a DM, Bruno, of course, central midfielder, Lavia a DM, Kuenda plays fullbacks, sometimes of course plays as a winger. Only Esteban and Bano Gittins are the two established forward players in this situation, Joseph.
Well,
a concern in terms of looking at the numbers that they have in this Chelsea squad and what they have on display in this list.
It is a concern. I think it is a concern. The fact that you can't exactly be sure what Esteban offers in terms of his fitness. Bino Gittins, yet to see anything of the boy. I mean, probably at this point in time, I think it would be harsh to say 50 million going to waste, but when you're scratching your head on how he makes the team better, I do not know. I remember just about a year ago when he came, Chelsea fans were, all over me and say, "Oh, this one, I just hate Chelsea." I think it has not been a fantastic piece of business. But away from that, the fact that he's not also fit. You have to really not fit guys. Esteval, yes, you could argue. Yeah, maybe I will also. I mean, whether you see it as harsh or not, I've not exactly seen what he adds. Maybe it's just a tad better than Neto in terms of his output, but in terms of how he plays, I think he gives you just as much as Neto.
Not at Chelsea yet.
Yeah, not at Chelsea yet because he gets injured most of the time and it's not
I think it's just basically about his talent and his ceiling.
Yes, rather than what he adds to the team now. So I think when you have these two kind of guys as the backup, or not even as the other options against those who are on I think it has to be a cause of concern. Chelsea probably just need to do more business. I think they need more wingers. They've sold. I mean, if Neto leaves now, there are talks about Neto leaving, but that is not concrete yet. Imagine in a world where he leaves, I think it leaves them really shorthand, and they just need to do business before this window shuts quick. I think again, you look at how what's his name now, Xabi Alonso plays. Yeah, you could tell. Okay, the depth he had at Bayer Leverkusen, he had to make sure people play. Teller played both the right and the left a few times. He doesn't also like to work with too much players. He just wants to keep a thin bunch of players. But this is the Premier League.
Typical of Spanish coaches.
Yes, this is the Premier League, and you need that depth, whether you like it or not. And in a case where even the Neto is not a 100% fit guy, because he does a whole lot of physicality, and sometimes probably when you need him the most is when he excuses himself and he comes back. But when you are in a club like Chelsea, obviously want to fight for everything. The payoff now is that okay, they have they are not going to be playing extra games as much as the rest of the league, but if you are going to fight for something, you need quality. And in terms of depth, Chelsea do not have that at the moment.
Okay, that game is currently on, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that game is currently on. Chelsea in that game. It is 7 minutes on the clock in the game against Real Sociedad. And we served you the list and looked at the guys on the bench for Sociedad. Yes, Ramiro is in goal. Aramburu, of course, is there. Barane, Oscarson. Yes, of course, you also have Herrera, Take Kubo. Yes, Sergio Gomez, Soler, Sucic, as well as John Martin and Beitia. Yes, the guys in this particular list. Of course, you still have some on the bench, the likes of Mikel Oyarzabal, Marine, Zakaria, yes, Ruperez, Guti, Makal, of course, Ochieng, and Fogado and the likes. All of these guys are on the bench for this particular one. We definitely would serve you the action as it continues. But it's all Chelsea so far, as you might expect. Also pretty quiet inside Stamford Bridge. Not a lot we've seen, but yes, so far in the game, 7 minutes gone, it is a goalless affair right there in the game between Chelsea and Real Sociedad. 090-44,889, 090-41,889. Also, of course, you can leave your comments on YouTube. Yes, sorry, you can leave your comments on WhatsApp and follow, yes, the coverage on YouTube, Brila TV. Yes, Brila Media TV on YouTube, where you can follow the action and, yes, watch football live. 75 minutes on the clock. Leicester City lead away from home. Yes, in League One. Getting life started in League One. And, yes, is what's this guy's name again? The Guardiola of the lower ranks in English football. Martin, the guy who was at Southampton and later moved to Rangers. He barely stays. He has this grand idea of how he wants to play, but he didn't know they ever come out well. yes, Martin.
But the thing about him is, he goes to a bigger team now with good resources. I think this is where it comes, in hand. You just need quality. There's no how quality makes the work easier for managers. The other day, company was relegating Burnley. Yes, he had it also said in the championship, but coming to the Premier League was not able to replicate it. And you could tell, okay, this is the idea. This is how he wants to play. Sometimes that's why I look at coaches like Martin O'Neill. Is it Rob Edwards now? Luton, you have a few of them. They belong to one crazy category. And Scott Parker, you can identify that this is how they want to play. And obviously, I don't know. By probably share of luck or just deep know-how into how they want to play. Bayern Munich were able to get company, and of course you could tell that exact idea is what he's been playing at Bayern Munich, and because of quality in terms of resources and the players and the financial backing, he's been able to take them to the next level. Maybe not next level in terms of winning stuff, but they are competing.
I mean, he's been winning.
He's been winning games, so I think sometimes it's not that managers are inherently bad, so to say. Sometimes it's just the resources. That's why people tell you, okay, the difference between Pep Guardiola and the whole lot of managers is because he chooses what kind of jobs he wants to be at. You can't have him in clubs that don't have the financial backing or the muscle to do many of the things he wants to do. And sometimes you need all of these things. You need the money, you need even the clout. So he does that. He's been successful. You look at even Jose Mourinho, even though he's the kind of guy that wants to try it out, sometimes get dirty. You saw that with even Carlo Ancelotti. He was in Everton and it was not exactly rosy, and he went back to Real Madrid and he's winning Champions League. So sometimes it's just about the resources you have. Again, let's see what it does with his life. Sometimes you just need a bit of luck sometimes in careers. But
Chelsea have taken the lead in that game. Yes, 1-0. They are already ahead. Yes, ahead of the game. Chelsea, of course, have taken the lead in the game against Real Sociedad. Yes, 11 minutes on the clock, but I can tell you the boys in blue, they are in front, of course, in this game. It looks like a final match before the season gets started, but Chelsea are already ahead 1-0 in the game. They lead against Real Sociedad. Yes, it is club friendly, and you know that this time next week the league will be up and running. Yes, the season will be up in full swing. But I can tell you already that Chelsea have taken the lead. Servette have scored their second goal in 7 minutes in the Swiss Cup. Yes, in the Swiss Cup. That's one place you'll find a lot of goals today. So go check it out. Servette have just scored their second goal in 7 minutes. And yes, action as it continues right there. It is Chelsea who already lead by 1-0. Yes, and Morgan Rogers is the man who has announced himself at Stamford Bridge. Yes, Morgan Rogers has announced himself at Stamford Bridge. Yes, scoring that goal for Chelsea in this game. Okay, yes, of course, that I can tell you right now as it is going down right there. Of course, we're still looking at Enzo. Yes, we're still talking about the man. And if you think this is an opportunity for the club to say, you know what, we'll cut our losses. It's 3-0 now, Servette. In 8 minutes, they lead 3 goals. Look, in the Swiss Cup, it's always crazy because look, these guys just score with reckless abandon, and you'll be thinking to yourself that what is exactly going on? Yes, especially during the Swiss Cup where they're playing against the teams in the lower rungs of Swiss football. But let's go to the championship. Preston North End pulled one back against Bolton Wanderers. It is 2-1. Yes, it is 2-1 in that game. Bolton Wanderers still leading. But yes, Preston North End have given themselves a lifeline to get back into this game. It is 87 minutes and maybe something can still change as far as this one is concerned. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome. Say again. Sorry, I didn't get that.
This is the voice of Thiago Silva from Modibi.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us your government name, Biko.
Okay,
okay, welcome.
Thank you. First time caller.
Oh, really? Aha. I should have known. Thiago Silva for the first time. Welcome, Jari. How's Brazil?
Thank you. Thank you. Let me just talk about the Enzo Fernández of the team. Because then has been bothering me honest. See that guy. Enzo is the kind of player that play football with passion. Like he loves the winning team. He likes the mentality. But him asking to tell him the that he wants to leave. I'm not surprised though. But for my own, I thought he will change his mind. For this our new coach. The rest of this alone. But he keeps saying the same thing. So I think the best thing that everybody needs to do now is to get the replacement. The person is a bit of Enzo. Then let him go. But I don't think this will happen. That's Chelsea. But if he can say, who am I to say no?
Abi?
So I think that you can get this guy for me, if that will possible, this guy of President Ibrahim Gusau.
Okay.
So let's the guy for me, for Enzo. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. He says, no problem. If he chooses to leave, fine. But if he wants to stay, he would want him to stay. But just in case he doesn't want to, get me Fabian Ruiz from Paris Saint-Germain, and that would definitely gladden my heart. That's according to the last caller there on the show. Servette have made it 4-0. It's just 11 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they play against a side called Bavios. They play against a side called Bavios. Joseph, check who Bavios are. They probably are just a part-time bunch of guys who just want to play football part-time and they are not serious about the game. But that's the latest coming in. Chelsea lead 1-0 Morgan Rogers. And just the start you would ask for 117 million pounds of Morgan Rogers in this particular fixture. And he's right where you want him to be. And he's already put Chelsea ahead in the game against Real Sociedad. Hello, good afternoon. Hello,
good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. 88.9 for Brila. Father, and you come up with this. So my name is Coach Mike. I call you from all the way from Owerri.
Coach Mike, welcome.
You know, this is my village. I mean, whenever I do my village, I'm where I get to now.
Okay.
I'm from Imo State, and I'm from a town called Idakono, very close to Anambra State, here town.
How close is your village to Umobom?
Umobom?
Yes.
I mean, there is some area, Umobom, not be. Yes, I am from Umobom.
No, man was having ease.
Eh?
No, man was having ease. No, I'm not from Umobom, but I know someone
I'm
who is.
I'm from Umobom precisely, but honestly, anytime I go village, now.
Correct. You should relocate to the village.
But now, like this, you go understand that.
I get
go
you.
on the app. No, the app now be like this.
Okay.
Radio app call.
Great stuff.
Back to back.
Great stuff.
So,
thank you.
What you make I like on that because of the content one of the create. That's one. Secondly, down that tune 88.9 Brila. I think they choke me. They pop my brain. For real. So, straight to the topic, to start with, I've been trying to phone in. You know, this is my line, and I hotline this week. I don't be trying to one of the discuss issue on NFF. You know, for me, the only single one I want to talk about now, but I know deviate. Reset. Look with press reset button. Finish. Forget all this clinical, what do they call it? Committee or investigation, this and that. No securing nothing. We start again. That's all. Let all of them go. Then down to the issue of I'm not a Chelsea fan though. But to be honest with you, Chelsea have really been trying to do well, to bounce back again. I'm a strong Man U fan. I'm not come up to bat here. But I have to be honest with you, that a certain Man U, Manchester United, I left a certain 3-4-3 that was not fitting us. Yes. That case is when they go carry again when they use play. But I just wish, look around us, I just wish Xavi go connect with that in midfield away strong, where they for idea for Sunderland. Certain Zaka from Switzerland. But you know what two of them do when they did for Palace because those days. You know now, so they play on pitching. But I don't know. I don't even know why that deal collapsed. If Zaka came, if Zaka entered that meeting, that finish work, Zaka go there front, Zaka go there back for them. Then they go. Then what do they call them? I'm not a FIFA, but I know their players. Then this attacking midfielder where Palmer go not there front. They all walk everywhere. You go hard for people to break them. Yeah, I will share it well, but I hope you discuss my issue today with Abba. I beg you. Oh, come on,
no,
club.
No,
thank you. Now,
right,
thank you,
Mike.
Thank
you, Mike. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yes, action as it continues right here, and definitely, of course, it is 20 minutes past 2. Of course, on the show this afternoon, Notts County have equalized against Leicester City. Yes, it is 1-1 in that game, 88 minutes right now. Yes, you could put a 0.9 to that, and you'll be right on Brila. Of course, Newport have just extended their lead against Rochdale, 3-0. Oldham lead 2-0 against Port Vale in another fixture. Of course, that is in League 2. In the Championship, Bolton Wanderers lead 2-1 against the Preston North End. And the game between Reading and Luton Town, it is 3-3 right now. Oxford United against MK Dons. MK Dons are still holding on to their slim lead in that game. Ararat Armenia have scored. They lead against Van 1-0. FC Gomel against Naftan. FC Gomel lead 4-0 in that game. Of course, action coming from the Belarusian top flight. In the Extra Klasa in Poland, yes, Zagorze, they trail against Slask Wrocław by 1-0. Just 35 minutes on the clock, and only one goal scored in that game so far. Miyabi against a serious lead, 1-0 in that game. Yes, that I can tell you. But yes, more action as it comes, and we are definitely taking you there. Of course, let's take one more call and read comments, and then we can switch gears to more talking points. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, sorry about that. I tried to reach us again. This one here says, Mr. President, my name is Francis de Macheda. Chelsea was right to stand firm on the £120 million valuation, enforce a strict deadline for interested rivals like Manchester City. With that deadline having passed, no formal bid materializing, keeping the midfielder on the new manager Xavi Alonso is the optimal outcome. Avoiding the risk of strengthening a direct competitor is also good. Selling an elite prime age playmaker to a club like Manchester City directly enhances a rival's spine while leaving a major void in your own team. Francis, thank you so much. Well thought out idea right there. This one here says, okay, Ajibade, thank you. You were just replying to the thoughts I shared earlier. Yes, this one says, good afternoon, Brila crew. Watching from Imo State, my name once again is Anayo Obo. He says, I want to ask, as Enzo not happy at present? Well, he will be the one to tell you that. Says, well, if he's unhappy at Chelsea, Chelsea should allow him to leave, allow him move to keep a player against his wish is not okay. Let's take this one here. It says, Engineer Dasco, Chelsea chairman from Onitsha, it says, I don't want my football club to sell Enzo to Man City because they are one of our arch rivals. Arch rivals, I guess you mean. He says, even if the player is unhappy and still pushing to move away, I think he should be sold to another league. But unfortunately, no big team outside of the league is interested in the player. I'm just looking forward to the day, today's game, to know if Enzo will be happy to play in the second half of the game. I beg, if he is no longer happy with us, he should be sold immediately so that we can sign his replacement on time before the transfer window closes. Yes, Engineer Dasco, this one is coming from you. This one, Mashi. Yes, my name is Mashi. He says, I don't like Enzo Fernández at all. That guy has an ugly attitude. So whatever Chelsea wants to do with him, let them do it. I don't care. One day he will fight with his teammates. Okay, let's take this one. This one says, good afternoon. I think Enzo is not happy at Chelsea, and that's why he wants to leave. So it's better for Chelsea to find a way to get rid of him from the club, because that's the gain. What's the gain of keeping a player that is unhappy? Ahmed Silva. This one is coming from you. Yes, you are from sending this message in from Lekki this afternoon. And the final one here before, of course, we'll take a break on the show. Yes, this one says, okay. Hi, Eva. Really? Do I sound like her? Say this is Wilson, the United fan again. Okay, I'm not sure you're referring to this topic, even though you sent this message at the time where we are talking about something else. MK Dons have drawn level against Oxford United. And yes, they have drawn level against Oxford United in that game. It is 2-2 right now. Yes, 2-2 right now. Shanghai Shenhua have come from a goal down. They now lead 2-1 against Henan Songchan. Yes, Jiang Professionals against Chengdu. It is 2-2. Tianjin Tiger, they have scored 2 goals, but they still trade against Beijing Guan 4-2. Beijing Guan scored all 4 goals before the resurgence for the opponent started in this game. So yes, it is looking really good. Bolton Wanderers full time. Yes, they won their first game, and yes, at full time it is 2-1. So they go top of the table because there was a draw yesterday in that game between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Blackburn Rovers. So yes, good start to life for Bolton Wanderers in the game. Sirius, of course, lead 2-0 against Miyabi. Yes, second goal has just gone in right there in that encounter. Yes, second goal has just gone in for them, doubling the lead in the game. Yes, let's go to other places and see what these games are serving us. Yes, Fortuna Düsseldorf against Hoffenheim 2. Hoffenheim 2, of course, leading 2-0. Fortuna Cologne against Alemannia. It is 1-1 in that game. Meppen against Grosser Park. It is Meppen who lead 2-0 in that game. Yes, of course, it is full-time MK Dons against Oxford United right now. It is full-time in that game. And yes, the Leicester City game, 4 minutes were added. And yes, it is, we're in the 3rd minute right now. Just the 4th minute counting down to full-time. And we will wrap it up. One more, and then we switch gears. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Victor Bane, my brother.
Good afternoon.
I greet you.
Welcome.
Yeah. My name is Saudi Efosa, also known as Basuna Professor Kobioko. My brother, you see Chelsea people, they don't prepare well. They are doing very well. If I just check the preseason where they don't play so far, they have been very, very fantastic football. But you see that Jordi also, we go take Chelsea to the promised land. You see this Premier League where they come. Now Chelsea go win them. Or that coach no dey smart at all. I hear say you say that all they knock people 1-0 sharp. You know they waste them. They know they waste them. The only people where I know say they no go do well this coming season na man.
We're talking about Chelsea. Please stick with Chelsea. You see that you cannot contain conversations around what we want to discuss. Each time you want to switch and go to Man U. Please now. Please. I beg you. You don't start, though. You don't start. Football Live as the action continues. This one says, okay, yeah, we're done taking your comments on this matter. Let's go to another talking point on the show this afternoon. Yes, let's go to another talking point on the show this afternoon. But yes, let's wait for some of these games to wrap up because it's finished now. Leicester City 1-1. Yes, they have just wrapped up their game against Notts County. Started on the road, scored first, but yes, it ended in a draw for them in this fixture. Ladies and gentlemen, Luton Town might just have snatched a late victory in the game. 4-3, it looks like. As far as this one is concerned, 9 minutes were added. We're in the 96th minute. And it looks like they have snatched a late one. Because in that game, of course, we'll definitely let you. Yes, they have scored a late goal. They have scored a late goal to make it 4-3. Yes, 4-3. And it's wild celebrations right there. Yes, wild celebrations right there. Luton Town scoring that late goal in the game. Yes, to possibly take all 3 points now. You never know. But let's see how that goes. But yes, they are now ahead for the second time in this game. They scored the first goal, and since then they've been trailing 2-1, 3-1. And yes, 3-2, 3-3. And now they've gone ahead for the second time in this game. And I can tell you right now, It is 4-3. 97 minutes because 9 minutes were added. We're in the 98th minute now. It just started counting down, and they just might seal it with a win as far as the season is concerned. Now, Carrick, appointed United's head coach in May on a permanent basis, is facing his own test this season. Parachuted the job. Yes, parachuted into the job in January. He was a successful interim. Yes. The next challenge is to build on it and take another step forward. It won't be easy. Carrick was part of a United team that was expected to win every game. He carries the same motivation as a manager, despite being well aware that the squad is not the same as the one they had under Sir Alex Ferguson. Yes, when he had the juggernauts. Yes, the juggernauts that all through his reign. Instead, it is a group in transition. Whatever happens between now and the end of the transfer window, United won't be a finished article come the 2nd of September. There will still be a sizable gap to close in on the likes of Manchester City and Arsenal. And yet, the expectation remains. Ready or not, Carrick has steadied the ship. But can he take the team to the next level? Big question, Joseph.
Well, I think you look at the kind of results he's overseen since he came into the job. On the job, there's every tendency that anybody would think, okay, he should be able to do it, given that Man United were maybe not exactly in a terrible place regarding the table at that point, where oscillating between 5th and 6th, level on point with 5th, I think at 2 points or 3 away from the top 4. So it wasn't far off, but the feeling at that point in time when Amorim was there was, okay, it's probably dark, and Manchester United in the consistency in terms of the results. Not one win today, draw tomorrow, and then another win today, tomorrow. The day after, and they're going to lose another one. So I think that was the pattern at that point in time. But you came in, and his first few games, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, basically took gave Man United fans a dream and something to look forward to the next weekend. And I thought, looking at that, it would appeal to anybody emotionally how he's been able to turn around the season, having good run of results consistently against what it was before Amorim left. And looking at this season, obviously he's been back to more Premier League proven midfielders, which I think was lacking last season. Casemiro left, and I don't know if Andre Santos is enough to say, okay, he's been replaced, but whether we like it or not, a body has been put in there instead of Casemiro, instead of having a gaping hole. And then you've got Tielemans as well. I don't know if in terms of, maybe if Matt was a fit guy, you could probably say, okay, maybe it could be, it's not exactly a new signing, but taking him away from that attacking midfield position that everybody thought he would have been. But it's also been fantastic from the middle as a center midfielder. So I think you put all of this together with Bruno also, being there in Kobe Menu, you could say, okay, maybe maybe not much of depth, but just enough, is already in that midfield. And of course, they have just about enough in that defense as well, even though not all of them are particularly, fit in terms of the consistency, in terms of numbers of games played. Luke Shaw is also there. He was consistent last season. He was having all of the minutes. He played every game. I think, putting all of these things together, it's had just an interesting bunch. Nothing over the line, nothing over the top. Just about good
Nothing
enough.
out of the ordinary.
Yes, nothing out of the ordinary. Now, would that be enough to go through a campaign that would involve Champions League that they did not play last season?
Exactly.
Play, FA Cup,
Domestic
they were out
cups
early as well.
Yeah.
Maybe not the same in terms of what number of players you'd need, because obviously now when we're talking about the same players that you can't be sure if they are fit enough to run through a season where they did not play all of these competitions. I think the conversations have to be had regarding what you need to prosecute the entire season. Will Xavi be going or staying? Sesko, yeah, maybe it's a tad fit until that horror tackle they are going into at the end of the season. But in terms of his output, do you want to go through the season with the same number of goals? Do you want to have the same guy leading the line? maybe you need something, else in terms of, competition for the man. You have on the wings. Okay, Rashford is back. I think that gives, a bit of a better option. I'm not sure anybody is going through their heads thinking Chinasa Ekpere is the guy who will be handling Rashford in competition. Yes, he's been decent, but I think you need something better. Cunha has been able to go into that position and it's been actually good. You also have Mbilmo and Amad Diallo, but I think against the run of how many games they'll be playing throughout the season, maybe they need a bit of extra. Probably one more, striker, one more a winger. Cunha could, probably play as that 9 or Mbilmo, but, how long can you do that? I think maybe in terms of the readiness of the squad overall, I think they still have maybe one or two businesses, to do, just as Carrick has mentioned. But do I think with what he still currently have, would he be able to, take it a step further and compete for something? I think, going by what we had last season, maybe yes. But again, much of what we achieved last season was because we were not distracted with so many things, and then the fitness level we had was also because we were not playing a lot of games as a Manchester United fan. So in my opinion, can he take the team to the next level? Yes. But does he have enough resources, enough quality, enough depth against his competitors? I don't think so. I think they need one or two more business, and maybe it will be enough. But from this end point, I don't think it's enough.
Okay, Joseph thinks from this point it is difficult, that he doesn't think it will be enough, and yes, that has to be addressed. Of course, United would have to do everything possible to make sure they address that. Arat Armenia have just missed a penalty to double their lead. Yes, penalty means that it will go on. Game will go on. Gomel have scored another goal to make it a 5-0. And Yunan Yakun have pulled an equalizer. And that goal stands after VAR check, of course, in the Chinese Super League right there, as action definitely continues. CSK Moscow have taken the lead against Fakar Vorozhne in that game. Sirius have made it a 3-0 against Miyabi. And Amazulu lead against Siwelele, 2-0. Kaiser Chiefs against Mamelodi Sundowns. Big clash right there in South Africa. It is a goalless affair in that game. And some updates from the Chelsea game. 36 minutes on the clock. No goals recorded yet. Aston Villa against Borussia Mönchengladbach. That game has just started 3 minutes ago. It is goalless. Bayern Munich host RB Leipzig. Yes, action is on in that game. It is still goalless after 5 minutes. Mainz 05 against Bournemouth is goalless after 7 minutes. And Union Berlin versus Ipswich Town is also goalless. Last season, yes, he brought in stability to the team. This season, how far can he go? Yes, the big question about Michael Carrick and what lies ahead in the new season for Manchester United. He has steadied the ship. Can he take the team to the next level now? Now, CSK Moscow's goal has been ruled out by VAR. And yes, looks like a check there went on, and he was adjudged to that there was a foul in the build-up to that goal. Hello.
Yeah, Victor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Joseph, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Welcome.
Yeah, talking about Michael Carrick. Yes, you asked if he can take Man United to the next level. Yes, he has done well. That the job he did last season earned him the permanent managerial role, But going forward, I believe he's struggling to attract most of all those market players, because United will be competing in Europe and also in the Premier League. I don't think Santos and Telemann see enough, Arsenal to, compete in these competitions. Yes, he's a good manager at his level, but United is an institution. The club might be too big for him to handle for now, because the resources are not there. I don't know what the management are doing, to bring players that can do the job for him. I don't know if he can be able to command the respect of the players. When I mean player, I mean market players who can come in and play for him. The job is a little big for him, but if he can take United to the next level, I doubt. I don't think so because he's not given the free hand. I don't think he's the person, calling the shots when it comes to transfer. And the players he's attacking, are they going to, make United one of the competitors in the league? Look at some of the teams around us, They talk about Arsenal. Look at the depth in their squad. Look at Man City. Liverpool, to an extent. So, Man United, the squad there, yes, they did well because they were playing once in a blue moon, and the players gave out their best, and they qualified for it. And now that they will play in the Champions League and they compete in the Premier League because the target is for Carrick to compete. I even win the Premier League. That should be the target of every Man United fan. But as your question, I don't think he has everything it will take to take Man United to the next level. But I have to wish him the best because what he did last season earned him that job. But I don't think he's doing well in the transfer window. He's not attracting players who can do it. When we talk about players, Maresca is now eyeing Enzo from Chelsea. You can imagine. So these are the signing you can do, and people will now know that you are a real contender for most of the major titles. So I don't think he's ready, considering the fact that the players in his disposal, I don't think that he can take Man United to the next level. Can I talk about Enzo a bit?
Yeah, go on.
For Chelsea to keep an unhappy player, I think it is very bad because he's going to, unsettle that dressing room. For him to, be talking about going to Madrid when he's playing for Chelsea. Now Madrid is not forthcoming. Now it's Man City. His former boss trying to, attract him to Man City. It is better Chelsea to let him go for the real price. 120 million is even small for me. But if Man City can pay that money, he can go. He's a good player. He's an addition to the squad. But when you're not happy where you are, any job you're doing there is worthless. So Alonso wouldn't want to keep a player that is, he's not happy, and he has been talking about moving out. So if you insist to play him, so he might be a very big problem to the squad. And if you decide to keep him on the bench or send him to the fringes, that means you're paying him for doing nothing. So it is better service to let him go and move forward with other players. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that one on the show this afternoon. Now, Fakia Vorosnaya have taken the lead against the CSKA Moscow. Remember, we announced earlier that the CSKA Moscow's goal was ruled out shortly after they scored. They have now conceded a goal, and Ipswich have also conceded a goal as Union Berlin have gone in front in that fixture. Yes, it's a friendly match, and yes, Union Berlin have taken the lead against the Ipswich Town action. Of course, right there, tune-up matches ahead of the start of a new season. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Godwin.
Please turn down the volume of your radio, please.
I did that. Let me shift. I want to contribute about Enzo. Please, I don't know, because